Hi, I'm Ashley, and my sticky note says just because I'm tall doesn't mean that I play a sport. Sorry, it's backwards. So I'm 5'11, and I kind of have like the body structure for someone who would play like basketball or volleyball or any other sports that require like tallness. And I have never played a sport, never did sports. It was just never something I was like super into or I was good at, so it was never something I did. And when I meet most people, some of the first things that they say to me are, "Oh, like what sport did you play?" Not even did you play a sport, just assuming that I played one. And I was actually in the band in high school. So I would always be like, "Oh, I didn't play a sport." And they'd be like, "What'd you do?" And I'd tell them. And one instance that really stuck out to me is I was with a couple of my other friends who play sports, and this lady was talking to us, and she asked me first what sport I played. I told her I didn't play one, and she was like, "Oh, okay, what do you do?" I told her I was in the band, and she was like, she kind of looked back, and she's like, "Why would you waste your talent like that?" And I remember just like kind of stepping back from the situation. I was like, "What?" She went on to say like, "Oh, well, you're so tall and like you look like you have the body to play sports. Like, why aren't you playing one? Like, you could have been so good." And I thought it was really crazy for her to make this automatic assumption. One, the way I look doesn't mean that I'm fit or athletic enough to play a sport. I have a heart condition, and I'm not really like flexible to play sports, and I don't have like the stamina at all. And so it was very interesting to see how people could just look at me and make a snap judgment. Like, okay, she looks like it. That's what she does. And it's been that way my whole life. People just have these expectations for what I should be doing. And then when I tell them what I'm actually doing, they always have like a little disappointed sigh like, "Oh, okay, like that's cool. Interesting that you're doing that." And it's honestly made me very self-conscious of the things that I do because I always feel like, "Oh, well, I'm not playing sports, then why should I tell anyone what I do anyway?" Because I feel like they're just going to be disappointed. So, it's been interesting to see how people make snap judgments about me.